Oh, that's why everything need to show her.
Oh, dia you kena buat macam ni.
So tiga-tiga tak
sama kan?
Masih bunyi dulu, belum jalan.
Sudah lupa. Dia nak cakap macam pidato lupa. Dia nak cakap semua. If this team come to share, you must ask. Oh, okay, sure. Nanti dia terus. Ingat apa dia nak cakap? Speaking about the SBI.
You orang video ini dia. They want to retest. You want to retest tak? No, see.
Because they said repeatedly, so I said no mercy.
This one, the no mercy is with certain emotion. Gen Z. Apa dengan Gen Z? It's my default.
Lawan kamu ni dengan Gen Z. Kita punya Gen Z. Oh, so my daughter is Gen Z. My son is still Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Too old.
2000 berapa dia kan?
Oh, my skin was like macam itu.
1997.
Gen Z lah. Gen Z kena.
Okay. I think most of the group has completed. I think another two is just wrapping it up, or is it done? Completed or just wrapping it up? Almost there. Done. Almost there.
Still at the Sabi model.
Oh, okay. So, Sabi, yeah. Okay. That's the new name I've heard. But it's quite nice, Sabi model. I like to use that, Sabi model. Sorry, I'm going to put it. SBI. Sabi. Ada additional A. SBI. Alright, case study 3. Just continue. Just write. Don't worry. Siapa yang belum present? Oh, this group. Okay. This group. Okay, sambil ditulis dia present boleh ke? Boleh. Boleh, Can? Okay. Alright, okay. Give a big round of applause to the team. Case study 3. Okay.
This is from our group. So for case study 3, what we are looking at is the first question where what communication breakdown occurred. What we observed was there was no clear direction and instruction, and it was not aligned with the zeal and conviction based on what we have seen in the scenario. So on the second will be how would active listening has improved the first meeting. Members should ask questions and clarify in the first meeting itself. This is both ways, from the leaders and also the implementers on the bottom part. How would you influence team members without formal authority? I think this is pretty much straightforward. We name it as CERT, which is the credibility, expertise, relationship, and trust. So providing credibility from the leader will strengthen your team members, that's one. Second thing, expressing their expertise in the domain specific, that will also give the strength for the work members. Building strong relationship with them, interpersonal connection will also strengthen. And last but not least is the trust that we instill onto the team members. Going to the fourth, which is the communication principle, I believe that it was very clear that the clear, consistent, and credible was not even in place.
Yes.
Based on what I think everyone will share the same thing. And on the fifth one team member has repeatedly missed the agreed deadlines. How do you direct? You direct or coach? Okay. What we has given is firstly we will direct, even if it's the senior or the junior, we will direct, but a little bit of coaching included, just to soften up. You know, sometimes there will be some issues, but yeah.
But Kiki said no mercy.
No mercy, yeah.
But I think why directing holds the bigger portion is because they are all agreed upon. There is a deadline, everything has been shared upon, so I think that's why the direction comes in place. And as for the SBI model, is more into explaining what do you call that? Wait, let me see.
Situation, behavior.
Yeah. So what does it? Yes. From the first meeting itself, during the first meeting itself, we need to explain the situation and what type of behavior and what is needed. So this can be used two ways. One is after the meeting or before, because from our understanding is that during the meeting itself, you should be explaining what is expected, what is your role, and what is the result that needs to be achieved. So if it's not happening, what is the consequences? Everything has to be derived before you end the meeting. If that is not being done, then basically the communication will go back. Yeah. So I think that's how we're wrapping up. So
Okay.
that's all.
Big round of applause. Okay. Anyone else wants to do this a second time? I know that all of you have presented. After all, you waiting for Hasabi. I want to see Hasabi. Credibility is there, we were thinking. There is, okay, so it's only clear and consistent. Then number 5, because the keyword here is repeatedly miss agreed deadline. Okay. Then lastly, on the SBI feedback situation, it goes back to the first meeting, and the behavior is so we have finished. But impact we have whereby is that all members are not aware of what they need to do after the first meeting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, big round of applause. You want to add anything? Oh no, I said say something. Okay. I thought she wants to say something. Alright, okay. The other group, anything different, something additional that you want to add? Any observation? Any question? Anything? Oh, semua sama, senang. Surely there are some difference lah, come on.
Maybe our question 6, we answered a bit differently.
Okay, how do you?
We used the question 5 as the example because it's like one of the team member has missed, right? So we use the Sabi for that.
Sabi for this.
Yeah.
Sabi yang ini lah. Now everyone shooting Sabi. Good.
Yeah, we use that for that actually.
Okay. So, is there a dialogue that can you use? Can you share the dialogue?
Michelle can see.
Baca. Baca dia.
During the meetings is the situation.
Okay. You read the
Just
read the dialogue.
I have noticed you have missed a few deadlines. This has delayed our project progress.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Yeah, big round of applause. SBI. So you need the SBI is actually a dialogue. What is the dialogue that you need to say to the person? What is the situation? Yeah. For example, during our project review meeting today, what is the behavior that you are trying to improve? You had not completed your agreed deliverables and did not provide any update. And what does this impact? This would delay the project and cause confusion among other departments. Yeah. Okay. So it's very important to craft the right statement that reflects the SBNI, so that it is remember, communication must be clear. Yeah, so that with the SBI isn't that clear. SBI is very clear, right? Because it's very structured. Then the receiver of the feedback then would know, oh, I did something which is not right, so I need to do better next time. So which part of it they already mentioned? The behavior, the situation, and the impact to the organization. Okay? Any other observation? Any other from other group? This group? Similar? Same. So fast, same. So fast, same. Nothing different. Everything the same.
We agree.
We agree. Agree, yeah. Okay. All right. So I would basically, okay, based on my answer here, of course, similar. What communication breakdowns occurred? Of course, roles unclear, right? Roles very unclear. Did they mention the success criteria? Not clear as well, right? As I mentioned, no follow up. Yeah, I think everyone sees that. Assumptions were made. You notice that assumptions were made, and of course, no regular communication. And then, how could active listening have improved the first meeting? Basically, the leader should have asked for everyone's understanding, right? Do you understand this, or can you, in your own words, what do you understand about this project? Yeah, what is your understanding as a leader? When you lead a meeting, once you complete, ask them what is their understanding. Even better, when you have a meeting, somebody could summarize. Do you have minutes of meeting? Yeah. I'm not a fan of minutes of meeting. I just like to say salient points. Yeah, basically the key points of the meeting. Yeah, what has been agreed, for example. I know that the old school of doing minutes of meeting. Remember the old school doing, everything they put down. Yeah, even they put everything down. Even the person cough also they put, right? They need to put everything. I do not know why. Why is it? need to put everything. This one mentioned this and this person mentioned that. I'm not a fan of that because you know what? It makes the people, the person who do the minutes have a crazy job, right? To write minutes in the good old days, actually it's quite crazy. But nowadays you have tools to do it, right?
Yes.
You have AI tools to even summarize the meeting points. Yeah, because I believe, in this situation they might not have captured the meeting points here. Okay, so how can you influence without authority? Build relationships. Yeah, establish credibility. You mentioned that. Communicate the purpose. Create trust. And when you involve the members in discussion, in decisions, you get their buy-in as well. Yeah, because they are part of the decision making as well. Yeah, influence without authority. Okay, which communication principles are missing? I don't know. I feel all three is missing. Yeah, looks like all three is missing. All right, direct or coach. Yeah, you can do both. Okay. Example is PI feedback already mentioned earlier. Yeah, so everyone got it. Yeah. Okay, big round of applause to everyone. Thank you. Okay, last module before we go for lunch would be this one. Resilience and sustaining leadership performance. Yeah? Resilience. What is resilience? Very important, right? Resilience means what? Never give up. Never give up. Keep it up. Never give up. Okay? Alright, and then this is also, in a way, how to sustain leadership performance is, of course, first of all, before you lead others, you need to lead yourself first, right? How can you lead others when you don't even know yourself? You can't even lead yourself. Alright? Yeah, if you talk about pressure, every day we will have pressure, right? Is pressure something good or bad?
Good.
Good! Oh, she loves pressure. Yeah, somebody that loves pressure. Yeah, actually it is. Yeah? Why is pressure good?
It makes you moving forward.
Yeah, it keeps you going, right? What happens for those who do not have pressure? Relax, right? They relax, they get complacent, yeah? Happy, yeah? Got nothing to worry about, okay? But in life, you will have pressure, definitely. What are the leadership pressure today? Of course, for all of you, targets lah kan, performance targets, yeah? Constant pressure to deliver results against ambitious goals. The standards goes up every year, right? It always the case. Somebody is feeling the strain. Yeah, that's normal. Every year the target would increase, right? Why did they do that? Yeah, because they want to motivate every one of you. It gives you something to look for, to look forward to. All right. And then managing relationship with demanding and diverse shareholders. All right. Yeah, students, parents, franchisee. Yeah. So I'm sure they also have their expectations. And yeah, you did mention yesterday about some changes that happened since 2021. Yeah, so organizational change would definitely increase the pressure. Yeah, and of course, within teams, you also have pressure. Yeah, managing your colleagues. Yeah, and then you have competing priorities. Yeah, not just you have a few other things apart from your normal day-to-day job. You will also have some new initiatives that you need to deliver. Yeah, so you have so many things to do in so little or limited hours or limited time. So pressure will come, okay? And then when pressure comes, stress will come. Right? Is stress good for you? Depends, yeah? I like that answer. That's the best answer because stress, of course, it depends. Have you ever, there's a slide, I don't think I have it here. Is there somewhere I can write? Can I write that one? Can. Boleh? Can. Not here lah. I don't think I can write here.
You can write shoes.
Tadi dia write there. Saya. Gigi padam. Oh, gigi padam. Gigi padam.
Focus on you.
She'll bear the cost also as well.
Yeah. Okay, this is emotion. Performance and stress. Okay. It can happen like this. Now let me explain. When there's no stress, yeah, you're actually no stress at all. Actually, your performance can be low. If you have certain stress, actually can go. That's an optimum lah. That's an optimum. But too much stress also go down. So I like your answer. It depends. Yeah, it depends. Okay, so you can sit down. It depends. It means that you need a little bit of pressure. You need a little bit of stress to keep you going, to keep you motivated. But after too much stress, let's say it goes to up to a certain level where you cannot handle it, yeah, you burn out. In other way, you burn out. Then what will happen? Your performance would decline. Yeah. So, okay, all right, okay. Okay, she said yes. Yeah, okay. Okay. She agrees with me. All right. Okay, so what does it mean? Yes, stress is important, stress is good, but you need to manage it properly. Yeah? How do you manage your stress? How do people in Kumon manage your stress level? Eat. Okay, what else? Eat. What else? Continue to eat. And then what else? Eat, continue to eat. Vacation. Anyone doing sports? Yeah, exercise.
Disco,
yeah. For the people of I, they will go to disco. Okay, others could do some.
shopping.
Yeah, I know. Retail therapy. Yeah, and for you all, it's so easy. Just next door. Yeah, retail therapy.
Then money tak cukup, stress again.
And then stress again. Yeah, right. Yeah, I know.
Skin again.
Yeah. Then you are in that cycle lah. Go up, go down. Yeah, but actually shopping is a retail therapy, right? Yeah, of course, the lady said yeah, definitely. Yeah. So of course, shopping is a therapy. Some people they do not have money, they go window shopping. Yeah, because if you do not buy, also if they see you, so they happy. No, must buy. Okay. And depends on person lah. Must buy. Alright. So in a way, that is how you handle stress, right? So as a leader, this is what you are going to face. Basically, resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. You will face it definitely, but how do you bounce back? Yeah, and then you are aware of it, you focus, you adapt, and you recover. The most important thing that you are aware that there is some issue. You focus on how to solve it. You adapt to the new situation, and at the end of the day, you try to recover. Okay, so this is the resilience model. Yeah, I'm sure all of you have been through all these 4 phases before. Yeah, but first of all, you need to be aware that this is happening to me lah. This is the stressful situation that I'm facing. Yeah, but I'm not going to avoid it. I will face it. Okay, so you focus on how to face it. You adapt to the new situation, and finally you recover from it. Yeah, this is a resilience model. It's not about avoiding difficulty. It's about the ability to bounce forward. A person who is resilient, he will always bounce back from setbacks. Yeah, they always bounce back from defeat. Okay, just like a sportsman, they cannot win all the time, right? Once in a while they will lose. But what defines a champion from another person is that how they overcome their losses, learn from it, and eventually recover and beat their opponent the next time. Yeah. So same here in any organization, you will face that in your life. You will never win all the time, right? There will be time you will have something that makes you feel down, but how do you recover from it? Yeah, that is the most important. Yeah. So we need leaders who are resilient. We do not want leaders who, just after a few challenges, then they will say they give up lah. They cannot do this anymore. I resign. We do not want that. We need to adapt and face and raise the bar, okay, and recover from those kind of challenges. Yeah, this is I like the afar leadership is just model. Okay, apart from Sabi, ada satu lagi afar. Afar. Remember this afar. Okay, awareness, focus, adapt, recovery. Okay, this is the one. I call it afar. Awareness. Example. You need to understand the problem and its impact. Notice your emotions and stress. Identify what is within your control. For example, Group leader realize the system is down, parents are frustrated, and franchisees are calling. So all of you are having a headache. Okay? So what is happening? What is within our control? And focus on what matters most. Right? In crisis, you need to prioritize, right? What needs to be resolved first. Identify the most urgent and important priorities. Focus on high impact actions. Those who are not high impact maybe can wait. Yeah? Focus on the high impact. Alright? And then adapt. Okay? Be flexible and open to new ways. Yeah? Don't always say, last time I do this, I must do the same thing again. Sometimes we need to adapt to the current situation. And at the end of the day, recover. Yeah? Recover, recharge and sustain, restore your energy, and of course of your team, because you're in this together. Okay? And reflect, do a bit of postmortem and learn from the experience. Again, I like to see this celebrate progress. Yeah? Do you celebrate progress after any crisis? You buy chocolates after that. Huh? Eat chocolates. Celebrate. Yeah? Do something. You cry together. Yeah? You laugh and you cry together. Yeah? That is the effective team, they do it together. Okay? So the key learning is you need to realize and recognize the situation, focus your energy on what creates the biggest impact, okay? Adapt quickly, okay? Good leaders find another way forward. Always have options, yeah? Always have options. I know you have SOPs, yeah? For, I don't know, for every crisis, it's quite difficult to identify what crisis will come, right? Sometimes it's just beyond the SOP, then you have to think on your feet, okay? And this is where teams can discuss and what kind of solutions that we can do together. All right, and recover from the what do you call it, the experience that you had. Yeah, and hopefully this would enable the learning. Would hopefully make sure that you are stronger moving forward. All right. Yeah, I like that key message. Resilient leaders are not those who experience the least pressure. Everyone will face pressure in this world. Yeah, whether it is pressure type 5, pressure type 6, pressure type 7 or 10, it depends on the nature of the crisis. Okay, so they focus and recognize that this is something is happening. Focus on what matters, adapt quickly, and recover well. Okay? Can someone share any crisis that happened that you, I mean, I'm sure you have done this before, it's just that you never know that you have an AFA model. Actually, all this theory, by right now, all of you actually have encountered this before, but now you see, oh, actually there is a theory for this. Can someone share an example that, you know, that has gone through all these 4 phases? Any volunteers? Don't tell me you never had any crisis before. Oh, everyone is looking at their laptop. The details in the laptop, is it? Remember, I mean, the most important lessons in life actually our experience. Yeah, the slide is just a guide. The slide is just a guide to you know to make you think. Yeah, that oh, this has happened before. Yeah, this is just an example. Online, I don't know, but has it ever happened? Online system down.
I think we can take the most recent one, COVID time.
Oh yeah.
I think
that's good.
Every single team had their fair share.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I think COVID time was the turnaround.
Yeah, COVID time, it is something like this happen, right? Yeah. You are aware, you recognize that this COVID would impact the business, right? Okay, so you focus on what can be done. Remember, before COVID, this online thing is not really something that people do. Yeah? You notice that one good thing about COVID means that actually things can be done online.
Our business model was not eventually fit for.
Exactly right. Your business model was physical.
So transition without what do you say? Depending on the situation itself.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have no choice. But
yeah, you have no choice. At that time before COVID, it was all physical, right? And then you say, this is where you decide what matters most. You decide that this still can be done, but in a different method. And then you adapt, right? And then you adapt, and of course, eventually you recover and you sustain. Okay? Do you realize that actually, work from home would not have happened without COVID?
Yes.
Yeah?
thanks.
Thanks to COVID, thanks to COVID. Thanks to COVID, we are, you know, we know that COVID.
That's quite good because there's a lot of loss of life. So I think.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
in a way,
Yeah, at least there's a silver lining, eh?
Yes.
There's a silver lining behind the, in a way, that crisis lah. Yeah, it shows that actually we can do our job at home. Do you all work from home as well?
Yes.
No, I mean not during COVID. And during COVID.
Now.
Oh, now you have that as well. Okay. It means that what? Take turn lah.
No.
Oh no, then try to schedule. Oh, schedule. Or schedule your team. How many days from home? How many days office? 2, 3, 3, 2.
2 days.
We make it so 9 days in a month.
Okay, so you base it on a month and then you manage it lah. Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of organizations are doing that, you know, because at the end of the day, in fact, when last time when I work, I think I'm more efficient at home, I believe. Yeah, because less distraction. I have my own room. Yeah. Okay. She wants to go from home 30 days. Yeah, but of course, it depends on everyone lah. Yeah? Not everyone is the same. Some people maybe they do not have their own room to do their work, and you will have all this distraction. Yeah. Those who have small kids, there will be definitely a lot of distraction. Yeah. For those who have adult kids, of course, we can focus better. So not everyone have the same, what do you call that, ability, whether it's more efficient here or in the office. Yeah. But at least it tells us that it can be done. Yeah. That's the most important thing, that work from home does work. Yeah. But really, I really can't imagine that could happen, you know, before COVID, that you need to be there, you need to be physically there. Yeah. But imagine, I think all the Google Meet, Teams and everything all started at that time, right?
Zoom actually.
Zoom.
Skyrocketed during that.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
And we were one of the privileged ones to use it.
Okay, yeah. Suddenly, you know, that's why in every crisis there is always an opportunity, right? They always say that, right? I know it's a crisis, but how do you, there is an opportunity in any crisis. So, remember during the COVID, all this online marketing boom like crazy, all this delivery,
Yes.
right? Delivery, Shopee, whatever, suddenly boom, right? And that is when people know that actually the business model of online shopping actually works until now. Yeah, until now. Okay, so yeah, a very good example during COVID is a crisis. We aware what's happening, so we decide what matters most. What can we do to adapt? We do online, okay? And then we recover. Okay, so that is actually a far leadership resilience model. This is something that I wanted to share. Circle of control. Is this the first time you see this? Circle of control, circle of influence, and circle of concern. It's very simple. You concentrate on only this area, yeah, and a bit on this area, and this part, no need lah, tak payah lah, So, for example, what can you control? Your actions, you can control. Your emotions, you can control. My attitude, your effort, your daily priorities, things outside your control. Weather, economy, competitor strategies and promotions. You have competitors, you cannot control, but what can you control? You do something, you do an initiative to compete with them. So, do something that you can control. Kumon cannot control other competitors entering the market, but what can you do? More aggressive marketing, yeah. Give more what you call that, promotions or whatever it is. Do more roadshows to get more clients. Okay, so that is control, that is concern. Concern is basically something that is just beyond you. Okay, traffic jam, where? Here, or here? Traffic jam.
Control.
Traffic jam control.
You can come early, ma.
Okay, that is the only thing that you can do. Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say. But are you concerned about traffic jam? Of course you're concerned because it impacts your travelling time. So it's outside your control. Definitely you'll be jammed when it is peak hour. So what you can control is you go out earlier, or you use LRT, or you use public transport. Okay, all right. If the economy doing well or not well, can you control? You wish you can control lah kan? Unfortunately we can't. Okay, so economy bad, cost of living increase. What can you do? Spend less. Yeah, don't go shopping. shopping next door. What else? Huh? Okay. Alright. What else can you control? Alright. More prudent in your spending. Okay. This in the middle is very interesting. This is where a lot of leaders need to do this. There are things that you can influence. You cannot control, but you can influence. For example, can you influence? Okay, your boss mood for that day. Is it within your control or outside your control? Outside. But can you influence?
Yes.
How do you influence your boss mood? Bring your chocolate. What else?
Coffee.
Huh? Coffee. What else? Huh? Right? Bring food. Oh, they bring food. He likes ration food. Yeah. Of course, you cannot control his mood, but you can influence. Yeah, in a way lah. You do your job well. You do everything good. Then you will influence his mood for that day. But if he had problem at home, fight with the wife and everything there, that is beyond your control. Yeah, he wants to be in a bad mood that day, regardless of what you do, that is already outside your control. But the most important thing is not to increase his anger lah. Yeah, do your best, do your job well. Yeah, so you can partly influence it, right? Your relationship with franchisees, you can influence, right? Yeah, you can give motivation, but at the end of the day, you really cannot control their performance, right? The only thing that you can do is give all the necessary support. Yeah, if they have query, you respond very fast. But at the end of the day, if they still cannot perform, it's actually really beyond your control lah. But you must do your best to influence. You cannot just let it be, right? Any performance which is declining from your franchises, you need to do something, right? You cannot just let it be, right? Because it will impact your bottom line as well. Yeah. So this is very important. Yeah? A lot of people they are stressed because of things here. Is that good? Things that are outside your control. Why should you be stressed for things outside your control? Yeah, you should be stressed only here. Yeah, but if you are stressed here, then it's not going to be healthy lah. Because anything also you stress. Rain, stress. Flood, stress. Yeah? Jam, stress. Economy go down, stress. Currency go down, stress. Yeah? But there's a lot of people like that. Which by right, they shouldn't be, because is it something within your control? It's not, right? Yeah? But you can stress here enough. Yeah? Because this is something that you can control. Yeah? I'm stressed because the deadline is close. But you can do something about it, right? So what need you to do? Yeah? If the deadline is close, do it now. Do it now. Yeah, you are stressed, but you can do something about it, right? Do something about it. Okay? Alright? So if my savings is low, you are stressed, what can you do? The bank. Do more savings lah. Yeah? Do more work, do more time. Okay? You are stressed, but you can control. You can control your spending. Yeah? Okay? Alright? And any questions here? But this is quite a very simple concept, but a very important one. They call it circle of control. Yeah? So just remember, there are things that you can control, there are things that you can influence, and there are things that you are concerned of. Of course, you are concerned about economy, but it is just beyond your control. So stress should only be here. If you stress with everything, that's why you become burnt out. Okay? Alright? Hopefully that you can just concentrate here and at times try to influence. As a leader, you need to do some influencing there. Okay? Alright? But things outside is just beyond you. Government policies, it's just beyond you, right? Yeah? You can give inputs. Sometimes they syndicate with the industry players, right? So giving inputs is influence, right? But at the end of the day, it's their decision. Okay? Alright? Yeah, I think I did mention this. Of course, parents' personal decision and priorities, whether they want to proceed or not to proceed with Kumon, at the end of the day, it is beyond you. But what can you do is to, how do you influence them to join Kumon? Of course, your marketing, giving what? Historical performance of students who join Kumon compared to those who do not join. So you try your best to influence. But at the end of the day, it's their decision. Okay? Alright? And of course, yeah. Other centers result, of course, it's not within your control, but you can influence. Okay? And any question? Clear so far? Okay, I think we did mention this feeling under pressure. What should you do and what don't you do? Okay? The red one, not easy. Never panic as a leader. Stay calm, compose, take control. Yeah? Prioritize actions. What is the most impactful actions that you can do? Maybe there are so many things, just concentrate on the most impactful. Communication is very important, and of course, at the end of the day, you must be supportive of your team members. Practice an open door policy where they can see you at any time. Do you have offices here for the bosses or have own office?
No.
It's open concept. Even CEO?
Only GM.
Okay, only GM have office. Yeah. Why? Because better, right? When it's open, people want to meet also easier. Yeah. Because when you have an office, it looks like there's a gap, right? In a way that I'm here, I'm in a room, especially when the room is always closed, the door. Yeah, but the room is fine, but the door must remain open. Yeah, I mean, welcome anyone. I mean, if you have anything to talk to me, just come and see me. Yeah. So in many organizations now, also they open, like in last time in Petronas. In the last whole time, even senior managers have rooms. Yeah. Okay, in Petronas, you start with executive, senior executive, manager, senior manager, general manager, senior general manager, CEO. Okay, senior manager onwards have room. Yeah, but I think in 2000 they changed it, only the senior general manager and above have room. Because they want to encourage this open concept where everyone is comfortable to meet their bosses. Yeah, and I think this is what Kumon is doing. Yeah, just one person, others open. Yeah, which is better for communication, right? When it's an open policy, communication. Yeah, when you have a room, have secretary, when they have a room, they have secretary, Oh, they have secretary. Even at that time, I just remember, senior manager got secretary. People want to see the boss, have to go through the secretary. And people want to see the boss also have to ask the secretary, how's the weather in there? If you know what I mean. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Because you need to understand whether the weather is sunny, or is it raining, or is it stormy, or is it flooding. Yeah? You need to know. That kind of maybe the old bosses last time is different. Now it's different. Last time during my time, to see the bosses, so afraid. You have to ask first the secretary, how's the situation in there. Yeah. If everything is fine, then you go and see. If not so fine, then they say okay lah, maybe tomorrow lah. Maybe tomorrow lah. Or just give the memo lah. You pass lah. So but you see, that shows there's a gap. Yeah? There's a break in communication. Yeah. So if in that kind of situation, if there is any issues, do you think that people would want to go and tell? People won't, right? Because they are afraid to tell, so a lot of issues will be swept under the carpet lah. Yeah? Yeah, because then, and sometimes it's not our own issue also, no? We're just bringing it up lah. Sometimes, of course, the messenger will be shot first lah. It's normal, right? I'm just telling you that it's happening. It's not me who's doing the issue. But of course you'll be hit first lah. Because they need someone to grant their frustration, right? So that's why it's never good to have this closed door policy, Now, but I think now it's a different generation. Everything is open. It's much easier to communicate with each other. Yeah, and I believe that is why you have that kind of. When I see inside there, the whole thing is all sit there. It's all open. And I saw that it's all open, but the table very long. It's long table. Just sit like that.
Got place to sit.
Oh, it's not a fixed. It's not a fixed workstation.
Your faucet lah. Where has fixed?
Ada fixed workstation or not?
No,
Oh, it's a they call it what? Hot desk. Hot desking. Hot desk. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, so you do not have a fixed workstation. Oh, okay. Some first come first serve.
Yeah.
Okay. At least in my organisation we have a fixed workstation. So that we can put all our stuff there. You know. Okay. So when you go, when you leave the office, make sure it's all clean.
Yes.
So you do not have any file. You do not have any file.
No.
Oh, no need file.
No.
Oh, that's why you have everything inside. Software.
SharePoint.
Okay, actually, the last case study for the day. Yeah, last case study. Can we just quickly do it? Yeah, afternoon is more of closing and some summary and some quiz and the game and everything. Yeah, so just quick one. Maybe the case study, maybe if not completed now, we can always do it in the afternoon. But start preparing it from now. The last case study. Last case study. Yeah.
What do you think about block in our KM is 7.5 hours per day. So what do you think about block hours for the staff lah basically? For example, block hours is this block hours is you cannot do meeting.
Oh,
You
block
cannot
hours.
make no, you cannot set phone calls, something like that.
Wow, you have that?
We don't have that.
You don't.
Oh, we don't.
We have flexible hour.
We have flexible.
You flexible, eh? We have flexible hour. People can come at 7, go back at 4, 8, 5, 9, 6, 10, 7. Yeah, 10, 7. So we have flexible hours. Block hours cannot accept phone, accept meeting. We don't have. Oh, you have? Oh, you don't. You're thinking of doing. But okay. Whether it's practical or not, I don't know. Because yeah, it's good to have so that people can concentrate to their job. But is it practical enough to say to outsiders that you can only call me, or they would send a message like you call back lah? Okay? Maybe that's okay. But if you have crisis and anything, you know, I think you can do it as a guide. But any crisis, of course, that will priority lah. Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. But it can be something that can be done. Normally people who do this, they pilot first lah. Try first. You don't say you do this, forever will do this. You do it first, see how it goes. Does it work or not? Pilot it for 1 week and then get, of course you need to get feedback from everyone. Remember when you introduce something new, you get input from and feedback from others. Do you think this is working? Yeah. Do like a survey. Do you think this is okay? Yeah. What time would be the best hours that need to be blocked so that people can concentrate and do their job and no meetings will be done. Yeah. In Petronas last time we tried to say that Friday don't do meeting lah, but it doesn't happen lah. I mean, it just doesn't happen lah. Also, it's just a guide. It's not a compulsory thing. They will try their best not to do meeting after sembahyang Jumaat, no meeting by right. But there are some agencies, things will you know, but they try to minimize it lah. The work is not to make it cast in stone. Encourage them not to do lah. Encourage them not to. Just like they say, not to call people outside office hours lah. But at the end of the day, you will receive WhatsApp. You know, I mean, it's life, right? I mean, there are things that are urgent. There are things that they want it at night. You know. Here, do you do that? I mean, after hours, do you contact the people?
24 hours.
You are 24 hours,
Franchisee, we contact them.
Yeah.
Yes. 12 midnight when you only
You know, I mean, well, that's the nature of the business. Sometimes because we are customer focused, yeah, we cannot say to them, okay, I will only reply to you tomorrow 8 AM. You know the answer, reply, what's wrong with that, right? And you know it, unless you do not know that you have to check. Yeah. But if you tell me now, the new generation wouldn't like it because it's considered against the work-life balance. Yeah. Because for them, after 5, don't touch office. No. Phone out. Off. Yeah. They won't reply. Yeah. But I don't know, maybe I'm a different generation. I'm so used to, you know, reply at night because
Yes,
maybe I'm so customer focused. I have to do it, you know. I feel bad not to reply, you know. And maybe it's a bad habit of me lah. Never switch off after office hours, still thinking about work, yeah, still looking at the headphone. Okay, so yeah, you know that in some Western countries it's an offense to, they wanted to make it a law. Dekat mana? Is it Germany or I forgot which country. But in the West, they put in a law saying that it is something that can go against the company if you contact your staff after office hours. I forgot one of the European country. You know, so I think Malaysia is not there yet lah. You know, it's not there yet lah, right? So in a way, yeah, we have to respect people's boundaries. Yeah, the problem is that phone that we are using now, the phone is personal or the phone is office? Okay, no wonder I see 3 phones. Now I understand it better. That's why she got 3 phones. So you have an office, you have a personal. So the other one, what? Oh, franchise different lah. I see. You know, in Petronas actually we do not have company phone. We all use our own personal. You know, so it's blurred lah between, because by right in theory personal, by right you shouldn't kacau the personal, but it becomes blurred lah. You know, but at that time also we are not too calculative lah, as a matter lah.
So that means
Work is work lah.
They can sniff your phone anytime they want.
They can what? Sorry.
They can sniff your phone anytime they want. If there is any kind of confrontational things happening or what.
Could happen, you know, because the phone that we use sometimes monitored by the cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's highly confidential things, right?
Yeah. You know that, I mean, in big organizations, all the issues of bribery. Yeah. You look at the case, the Petronas case, you know, it's quite famous now.
Yep.
That they did the information to Sarawak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very scary, you know. So that's why, that's.
because it will damage me.
Yeah, you know that the Sarawak and Petronas is
Yes.
fighting about
Yes.
the resources in Sarawak.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is also one of the cause of the reason of all this restructuring and everything, because the pie is getting smaller. The pie is getting smaller because Sarawak wants to take the bigger pie. In fact, they wanted to take everything. Yeah,
Yes,
And-
because
and-
it's the law, right?
it's the law under Malaysia Act 1963.
The
And
100 years is,
yeah,
we finish.
should finish, and they should be taking control. They wanted to be the Petronas there. They call it Petros and Petros. They want to be the one controlling everything there. So Petronas become just a contractor in a way, contractor, joint venture. You know, so because the most significant revenue is from that state. Yeah. So that's why you can see Petronas now going aggressively overseas, trying to find additional, because Malaysia is quite saturated, not that much anymore.
But
Yeah.
if we're giving to Sarawak, then
Hmm.
Malaysia will be gone. Because
Exactly.
most of our revenue is from
It's that.
Petronas.
Yeah, that's why Sarawak, you know, you never know. They might want to be independent, they want to be a separate country, you never know. Because they say they'd rather be outside of Malaysia, which will spell trouble to the country. Okay? Alright, so look at case study 4, right?